All right, so Spectrotel, let me tell you real quick, 1-2 punch. Privately held, non-facilities-based select, tariffed by the FCC. We're doing it. We have 40,000 customers nationwide, doing about $50 million in revenue. Key things to realize though, unlike most CLECs, ILECs, or independents, we are owned by one person only. We are cash flow positive with absolutely zero debt, and we're about to celebrate our 20-year anniversary this February. Why is that important to you? Because if you've been in this business like me more than 20 years, what have we seen? Merger, acquisition, go out of business. Why is that? Because guess what? All those moves have nothing to do with what's best for your customer. It has everything to do shareholder value. Okay? What are you about as an agent? Why has the agent program been so successful? Because you're all about what's best for the customer. You hate the carriers because they all stink, but that's why the customer relies on you to help them to be placed with the proper carrier. We provide everything from POTS lines and PRIs nationwide, right on up to all complex services. Dynamic circuits, EOC, complex services such as hosted PBX, SIP trunking, cloud-based services like co-location. But what we're pitching today is what we call our internet over anything. Being non-facilities based puts us in a very strong position because, like you, we're not beholden to any one particular carrier, but we have wholesale agreements in place with all of them. So nationwide, think about the customers that you have are geographically dispersed today. Today, that customer probably has 5 or 6 different providers providing them different services under a different invoice that they have to pay, and God forbid if there's a problem with service, they have to call each of them independently. That is horrendous because guess what? Most of them now, because of their shareholder focus, have forced all their customer service overseas. There's nothing worse than waiting on hold for 20 minutes and you get somebody on the phone that has a problem understanding my language, yet let alone trying to find my accounts. Incredibly annoying. Spectrotel is the shift from that. Bigger is not better in telecom any longer. We've learned that. It's not. $50 million independently owned company with zero debt, that's where you want to be placing your cards. I can today provide a customer environment where they pay one bill, deal with one service provider, one phone call for service, but guess what? It doesn't matter where they're located geographically. I'm going to provide to them whatever is the absolute best transmission medium for their access. So in one location it could be cable. Cablevision, Cox Cable, Time Warner Cable, doesn't make a difference. In one location it could be AT&T Uverse. Perhaps it's Verizon Fios. Maybe none of those are available and we have to stick with the traditional T1, N by T1, DS3. That's okay. But still at the end of the day, the customer knows that I have what's at my location in Dallas, in Chicago, in LA, in New York, in Miami. I have the best of what I can get there. But I still have one bill, one provider. Now let's take it a step further. So now we've achieved consolidation. I can now get myself in a position where I can have that one provider with a diversified portfolio, so I'm not putting my company at risk of network outages and whatnot. But now what if I was able to, on my data network now, layer on top of that a managed services component? Enter Spectrotel again with a solution. We utilize the SolarWinds platform, which is one of the best in the industry. Now we can do it, but we also provide the customer with the tools that can do it themselves as well. Some clients say, listen, I don't have the resources to manage it. I want you to manage it for me. I want you to tell me before I even get out of bed in the morning that I had a problem, that you opened a ticket, you did a truck roll, and it's being fixed. That's what I want. Or I want you to be able to provide me the statistical information that I need to know against your SLA. Some say, you know what? I don't need you to do that for me, Bob. Thank you very much. But you know what, I do want your portal access. Our portal access gives the customer ability at their fingertips to see their entire network across the country on a single portal. I can see on a geographic map, here are all my network nodes. I can see which ones are up or down. But more importantly, I can also look at what is my overall network latency, my packet loss, my application utilization. I can look at my CPU. Why is that important? Because for the customer that has all the traditional services, the POTS lines and whatnot, what are they all looking to do today if they haven't done it already? Bob, we're starting to look at possibly deploying hosted PBX or possibly deploying a SIP voice over IP technology. Fantastic, that's great. Carriers will talk all day long about that, but what they fail to do though is help to consult the customer, give them the tools necessary to understand whether or not do I have enough bandwidth at this location that can support that. Because what happens if you don't? I have poor toll quality. And what then happens? The finger point goes to, why on earth did you sell me that SIP provider? Because they are terrible. But it's not the SIP provider, Mr. Customer. It's the fact that you didn't realize that you did not have enough bandwidth, or you didn't know how you were using your current bandwidth. Spectrotel provides the tools that empower a customer to be able to do that. So again, single source, one bill, one call to make, but at the same time, diverse portfolio with a layer of managed services and a portal that I can manage that network. And oh, by the way, The portal itself, just from a billing perspective, if you have different locations, I can look at my bill, pay one bill, but I can still basically segment it into location, GL code, departments, so I can do cost allocation very easily. Accounts payable departments, absolutely love it. We won an award at the ITX last year. We have the best portal in the industry right now for customers. Myself and Mike, what's our job? Our job is to support you. We will basically present to customers, we get on the phone with customers, we'll demo the portal. I have a sales support staff of 8 people. What they do all day, every day for you as the agent, they are your back office. They will create proposals. They'll provide you Schedule A's. So if you say, listen, I need pricing for this. Chinese menu, here you go, no problem. Or perhaps you have a customer who has a bill today, and the customer says, listen, I have this bill. What would it be if I switched to Spectrotel? We'll take that invoice on a spreadsheet and create a side-by-side cost savings analysis, replication of what they have today. Here's your current spend, versus if I took the exact same thing on Spectrotel, what do I save or what does it cost? And then to take that a step further allows us then to go ahead and look at, okay, look, well, why are you doing it this way? When now technology enables us to do it something different. So we give them 2 proposals. Here's the replication, but here's my recommendation. So replication, recommendation, consultative approach, close the deal. So our sales support staff will do that. They do the paperwork for you, create the contracts, and our agent portal gives your optic into your clients. So you know, what are my customers billing? What services do they have? What's their contract status? When does that contract end? Do I want to renew that contract? Or is the customer not happy? And should I maybe start looking for some alternatives to them because I know what their contract is? I can see my commissions, I get my statements, I can look at trouble tickets, view those tickets. How is Spectrotel performing for my clients and how are they representing me? Do I want to continue to sell Spectrotel or do I not? So that's really the message I want to deliver today, just so you get an idea what we got. So, thank you very much. West Coast, West Coast.
We'll invite you definitely to look at a portal and test drive us.
I prefer to remain anonymous, but you know.